I can't use a shopping cart, but I can put some items on the checkout counter? As you wish. TLDR at the end. Some background. About a year or two ago I did a lot of shopping at a grocery store for work. Sometimes I would need to grab items from the liquor store attached inside the grocery store. The liquor store operated as its own separate little store with its own checkout. But it was still owned by the grocery store. And you had to enter from inside the grocery store. When you enter the liquor store, there is a sign that you must leave your shopping cart outside. This normally makes sense as the liquor store is small and having people and carts all around would cause quite the traffic jam. On to the day in question. On my list for this shopping trip, I had a full load of liquor to get for the bar at work, and for a holiday party, I probably needed around 15 handles of assorted booze. As I walked into the liquor store for this shopping trip, there was no one else around except for the cashier. Knowing I had a large number of items to purchase, I asked if I could bring my empty cart in and park it next to the checkout spot so I could load it with all the liquor bottles I needed to purchase. I was met with a very nasty, "No. Don't you see the sign?" I tried to explain the situation and how I needed many more bottles than I could possibly carry. Plus there were no handheld baskets around for me to try and manage. The cashier wasn't having it and told me if I really couldn't carry everything at once, I could place some items on the checkout counter while I went to get more. This is where the malicious compliance comes in. I only needed about 15 bottles to cover the month's supply of booze. But I figured why not go ahead and get stocked up for next month. I spent about 15 minutes running back and forth from the shelves to the counter, placing more and more items down, taking up the whole counter. As I was doing this, a few customers came in and I watched the cashier struggle to work around my items in order to scan and check out the other customers. The look on the cashier's face was glorious as he had to work around a problem he created for himself. When I finally did checkout, the cashier didn't have enough room on the checkout counter to scan and bag my items, so get this. The cashier then told me I could bring my cart in to put the bottles in to make room on the counter. I jokingly asked if he knew that carts were prohibited in the liquor store. But he didn't laugh at that one. After a few seconds of awkward silence, I went and got my cart anyways because it would have been a huge inconvenience to me to run back and forth from the counter to my cart. I genuinely understand the store's policy on this, but sometimes there needs to be exceptions to the rule. TLDR. I was told I couldn't use a cart to hold a large number of items in the liquor store, but was told I could put items on the checkout counter if I couldn't hold everything. I filled the entire checkout counter with bottles to the point the cashier wasn't able to ring other customer up. You did tell him that you were purchasing more than you could handle. You were clearly drunk on the power offered by malicious compliance. Cheers. Exceptions totally make sense. But my first thought for the ban isn't the carts taking up space so much as people bumping them into shelves and breaking bottles. People aren't always very careful with carts. You handled that well. Minnesota? We have the separate liquor store rule here, and none sold in drugstores or gas stations, except 3.2 beer. That's definitely a good one. Love these kinds of posts. Don't you guys use wholesalers? If you're spending retail store prices, then I have a suggestion. I would have then asked for a manager to help me carry out my purchases. I just want a job at his company if the stocked bar is for everyone. Should have told him you will pull the car around for him to load it also. He was just lucky none of those bottles fell. I almost hoped it would happen, haha. I do hope you see him again and need to ask the same question. I would have loaded up the counter to overflowing. Let them ring stuff up. The lane, oops. Forgot my wallet. I can't help but ask that the op get the clerk to physically do the shopping and bring it up to the register and deliver it to OP's house. Fuck anyone who makes a cashier's day worse. Acme and the state stores in PA are like that. I would have bought a few bottles and left him to restock the rest. Nothing says you mean business better than using a card at a liquor store. Having worked retail with stringent requirements, I hate to admit I would have let the guy total everything up. Then when he told me to go get the cart, I would have said, "Wait, now you think I should get a cart because it's hard on you? No, I'm done," and then left.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.